my name is Ulrika Celsing. I'm based in Sweden and I work with leaders to optimize their performance, their health and well-being. I also work as a team coach. So I work with leaders and their teams to enhance the performance of the individual members of the team, but also as the team as a whole, to really impact the immediate business and the wider organization. So I use data-driven tools already, one of them being HRV measurements, which is heart rate variability, which gives data on stress and recovery management. And I think the PRI goes really well in hand with these type of tools that I'm using. And it was the only assessment tool out there that really suited the needs from my clients. I'm going to use the PRI with my individual clients. I'm also going to use it in leadership training. And as for team coaching, I will incorporate the PRI to help focus on self-leadership and well-being. So I think this is a really useful way to understand what is helping and what's hindering your individual performance, but how do you put that in correlation as a team? How do we as a team work together to build more effective ways to create more value for the organization? I had a client of mine who I've known for a while, and it was really interesting to do this PRI with my client because it really showed the situation of her life, what her life had currently been for the past 4 weeks, and how that really affected the different domains, which wouldn't have been the case if we looked back a couple of months ago. So the interesting thing I think about the PRI, it really gives that clear cut of where are you currently at. And we know that resilience isn't a static thing, it's a dynamic thing, but it really raises awareness with your client also to gain new insight of how all these different domains correlate and what happens, if I wouldn't say fail, but if one of these domains are affected and how that overall affects our resilience. So I think this was one of the kind of greater insights for my client in this case. And also, of course, that then helped her to see what is it that I need to prioritize now, seeing the results I've gotten from this last report. And it also shows, like I said, how dynamic resilience is, but also gives you a very clear picture, which, my belief and my experience is that when you work with a client without a PRI tool, it will take much longer to get to some of these areas that we're touching on. And with the PRI, it becomes really apparent of where it is. So I think there's an opportunity to go even deeper when you use the PRI and really explore connection in a much lesser time. It's really that data feedback of where your client is currently at, really helping them understand to raise awareness of their current resilient state. And like I said, it gives you a much profounder understanding of your client when you use the PRI in the initial conversations when working together with a client. I really enjoyed working with Paul and Nadine. They create a really welcome and warm and laid back learning environment, which I really appreciate. And of course, they're very, very skilled and knowledgeable in their areas. So I think for me, that is really important when I look at a training context. And then also I learned a lot. We had an opportunity in the training to just go really deep and dive deep into lengthy discussions about different types of PRI results, which was very, very useful. I see a real fantastic use of the PRI with health coaches. I can also see it being used in or with HR professionals, anyone really with responsibility or working with people. But I also see how you can use this as a tool in leadership training, which I will be doing. If you're looking for an assessment tool to really help you get a better understanding on how to work on and promote and understand well-being and mental health, of course, I think this is a fantastic tool. So if this is what you're looking for, don't hesitate, just sign up, get onto the training.